where the organ cries, the guitar twangs. Somebody in Texas has the blues, and Judge Fleischer probably gave it to him today. We got some cases to watch. We'll get that started here in just a couple minutes. We have 2 hours. Well, just under 2 hours with Judge Fleischer on deck for. And Mama, is that fan in Daddy's computer way too loud and crazy? Too annoying? So I don't need to bring my laptop over there for you or anything. You think will it hold till the weekend? It'll hold till the weekend. I'll get them to do it this weekend.
All right, nerds, here we go. Ready to roll? All right, let's do it. All right, let's roll, nerds.
Bottom of session, GHI.
Gemeyer? Bipin Gemeyer, come up. Morning, sir. How do I pronounce your last name? Is it
Gemeyer?
Gemeyer?
Yeah.
Okay, sir, you're charged with terroristic threat of a family or a household member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. I see that you're also charged with criminal mischief. On that one, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine.
On October 22nd, 2024, officers were dispatched to an apartment complex in Harris County, Texas, in reference to a terroristic threat. Officers made contact with the complainant, who stated her husband, the defendant, threatened to kill her and damaged her work personal laptops. The complainant stated that she and the defendant were separated, but wanted to give it another shot. The complainant and the defendant got into a verbal argument over where the defendant should put his belongings, and the complainant went into the bedroom to separate herself. The defendant stated he was going to kill her and do whatever it took to go back to Nepal. The complainant ran out of the bathroom to her motor vehicle and left the location. The complainant stated the defendant later sent her a picture with a hammer damaging the screens of her laptops. The total was $350.
Mr. Gemeyer, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with this person whatsoever. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to do everything in my power to protect every person of Harris County. If that means putting you in custody and make your bond sky high, I'm going to do it. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You had contact with this person, Morgan, anyone?
Yes, Judge. I spoke with her yesterday. She is also requesting no contact in this case. I believe they're living separately at the moment.
Okay.
There is a signed MOA in place as well, and I believe that address is correct.
There's a protective order that has been issued in this case. I suggest you get to know it because if you do something to violate the protective order, the state can and will file additional charges against you. You violate those conditions, I can hold you at no bond, zero bond, and I will do it in a heartbeat. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any kind of evidence of alcohol or drug usage at all? And then in the prior assault, same complaining witness?
Same complainant in prior assault, yes, Judge.
No, Your Honor, there's no allegations of alcohol use.
So can you create conditions, no contact and no weapons?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of weapons. When I mean no contact, I mean no contact of any kind. Phone calls, text messages, emails, Snapchat, social media, use of third parties to try to get a hold of this person. No means no. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm gonna have you take I'm gonna have you sign a reset with Victoria. After that, I'm gonna have you take a seat in the jury box. So we'll get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then we'll have you wait for your lawyer.
Judge, I have previous magistrate conditions in place that include the refrain from no contact, as well as a GPS monitoring device with an exclusion zone of that address, as well as no firearms. Would you like to keep those in place?
What do you think about GPS?
I also have surrender passport and remain within Harris County since he is a
I'm down with the surrendering the passport. I don't know about the GPS monitor. I guess if you don't mind, reach out to the complaining witness. If we get any kind of evidence that he's acting a fool, let me know, and then we'll
Yes.
take more measures, you know? So definitely surrender passport, no GPS at this time unless we see that he starts acting up.
Judge, is that pretrial bond condition?
Yeah, so guys, don't worry. I'm gonna have,
Okay, yes, Judge.
Yes. Prado, page 13.
David Prado. Mr. Prado, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 23rd, 2024, officers responded to a resident in Harris County, Texas, in reference to a family assault. The officer made contact with the complainant, who stated she was assaulted by the defendant, her husband. The complainant stated the defendant was drinking all night, was sleeping, and the complainant woke him up. The complainant stated she told the defendant he needed to wake up to watch over their youngest child so she can get their other children ready for school. The complainant stated the defendant walked to the bedroom and the complainant heard a child crying for a while and went to check on the child, where she found the defendant sleeping. The complainant attempted to wake the defendant by grabbing his shoulder and moving him side to side, which caused the defendant to wake up, who became angry, stood up, and began shouting in the complainant's face. The defendant proceeded to grab the complainant's left arm and applied pressure, causing pain. The defendant then pushed the complainant away from him, causing her to hit her back on the dresser, causing pain. The defendant stated the complainant woke him up to take care of the youngest child. The complainant became upset because the child was crying, and the defendant admitted to getting close to the complainant's face, but denied assaulting the complainant.
All right, Mr. Prado, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or kind of illegal dope, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do we know about whether she wants to have contact with him or not?
It looks like the complaining witness is requesting that there's temporary no contact. I think that she's wants him to undergo some kind of treatment before contact. So I think that would be
She doesn't want
appropriate.
contact with us.
Correct.
Okay. So understand that a protective order has been issued in this case, and at this point, we're ordering you not to have any contact with this person and not to be in possession of weapons. Time heals all wounds, so perhaps at a later time, we can amend this, but at this point, just don't have any contact with her.
She is asking if I can help with the children here and there.
So do you have a lawyer?
I am working on that.
Okay, let's do this. Before we get into, I don't want you to say anything now because, I've got a bunch of DAs here and everything that you say they can use it against you. Get a lawyer. We can try to amend conditions to that you know, because I understand that this is going to impact the kids and I don't want it to because kids should always have their father as well, right? But I don't want to do it with everyone here without you having a lawyer present. So get a lawyer, come back as soon as you can, and then we can talk about trying to amend it to fix it the best way for everybody possible. Okay? So what I'm gonna have you do now is I'm gonna have you sign a receipt with Victoria. We'll have you just take a seat while we get the bond condition. We'll have you sign it, and after that, you'll be free to go. Okay?
Done.
For sure. Please.
Page 2, deal.
Morgan, the bottom of the MOA is kind of crossed out. Do you want to do another one? Take a look at the filed MOA.
Page 2.
Mr. Baldillo, you were charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yo le puedo tener un amigo a usted. Aquí le pueden
One moment, Your Honor. Can I get a cause number for that?
It is 2535302.
Okay.
Cuando diga nada, usted solo usted sabe lo que pasó de esta manera.
On October 22nd, 2024, the officer was conducting surveillance at a car meet in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle doing donuts in the parking lot within close proximity of multiple other motor vehicles and pedestrians. The officer observed the motor vehicle's rear tires lose traction and began spinning out of control. The motor vehicle's rear end whipped around wildly within approximately 10 to 15 feet of people spectating. A traffic stop was initiated. The defendant was detained and identified with ACES.
Mr. Baldillo, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. What is your immigration status? Are you in this country with or without permission?
Permiso en este país o sin permiso.
Sin permiso.
Mm.
Sin permiso.
Without.
What happens if you go to jail?
Pasa si usted se va a la cárcel.
Porque estaría en la cárcel por lo que cometí.
Well, I will go to the, I will go because I did it what I did.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
Está aquí con permiso o sin permiso en este país.
Sin permiso.
Without.
What happens if you go to jail?
¿Qué pasa si va a usted a la cárcel?
Pues, no sé.
I don't know.
Think.
Piensa.
You're not in this country with permission.
No estás en este
So what happens to people who go to jail and they're not in this country with permission?
permiso y estás a la cárcel. ¿Qué pasaría?
Entonces, no sé, por lo que cometí está mal. Por lo que cometí está mal.
I don't know, but what I did it was bad.
If you go to jail and you're not in this country with permission,
País con permiso.
immigration sweeps it on a daily basis. If they find you there, they will put an immigration detainer. You will sit in custody for about 6 to 9 months, waiting for immigration to do whatever they're going to do to you. And at that point, it's very possible they deport you to where your country of origin. Do you understand?
¿Me entiendes eso?
This is your second case within the last 6 to 7 months. I'm ordering you not to drive and I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm now sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your body. You're to go, take a test and come right back. And if I find that you don't take the test, if you don't come back, I'm telling you now, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. No more PR bonds. And if you're unlucky enough, the next time you go to jail, you're going to be there for almost a year. Do you understand?
¿Entiendes eso?
Before you leave right now, you will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me that you're not going to drive. I don't care what is going on in your life. If I find that you drive, I don't care what the reason is. You will be doing up to 6 months in jail because I can hold you in contempt. Do you understand?
¿Entiendes?
Are you here with anyone today?
¿Tiene todo ahorita aquí?
No,
No.
no.
How old are you?
Edad tienes tú?
24.
¿Tu uniforme?
How'd you get here?
Ya estoy aquí.
Pues me trajo mi amigo.
A friend came here, right?
Come sign this. We're sending you now for a drug test. You must come right back after the test, Mr. Baudilio. No, it's gonna be. We'll have to do a deeper dive with him now.
That was the last one.
Okay, you ready, Mr. Payne? Come on up, sir. Yes. Thank you.
Here on Israel Barakina Vasquez.
I get it. Okay.
Yes, John, it's a DWI. We've submitted a PTI packet, but Mr. Beadle wants to know about, there was an accident. It began in Montgomery County. Accident, both parties fled, and I think she's been trying to contact the complainant, but was not
Do you
successful.
have kind of evidence that there's an accident?
So there was, an FSGI was never filed in Montgomery County, like they never filed charges. It's in our offense report that states that there was an accident in Montgomery County, and then I think a witness followed the defendant into Harris County where he was arrested for the DWI. So there's an accident report that was done that lists the names of the individual in the other car in Montgomery County, but no phone number. So we tried TLO, we tried emergency contacts. We are not
I
able.
love a good written office report. You know what I mean?
We're trying to get in touch with them, but we haven't been able to thus far.
Do you want to send it to an investigator perhaps and see if that yields any results?
Yeah, Judge, we can do that. I think we were interested in maybe getting a reset on this case just to try.
Yeah, obviously, but I mean, I don't want to just beat a dead horse. If you can't find the number, it's time to send it to the investigator. That way we can try to get this thing resolved within a reasonable amount of time. Okay, I mean, we'll do 30 days and then if you can just send it to the investigator, hopefully they can get more results, huh? Okay.
30 days, Your Honor.
Yeah, 30 days and then, just prepare him. He's gonna need a mitigation packet regardless. Did you do that already or?
Yes, sir, I've submitted it to everyone, Judge.
Do you want to do a TRAS today or do you want to wait? Wait, okay, not a problem. All right, we'll have you sign a reset. Good luck. Thanks for coming. Hey.
More Judge.
Left.
I was here on Monday with Nicholas Poole. He has bonded out. We're here to get the bond conditions done.
Come on, Mr. Poole.
And for the court's edification, I suggested on Monday that there was going to be more information to come to light, that this is not what it appeared to be. We have since found out that the case in Galveston and the assault bodily injury case are not in fact real cases. Coding.
So there is no there is no.
Neither case exists.
Okay.
And I anticipate that there will be more information that will come to light that will suggest that this is not what it appears to be. But for now, I just wanted to share that with you.
Regardless, he's got a lot of very serious charges and it's established that he just doesn't abide by bond conditions. So I think that now we need more rigorous conditions to ensure that he's not using, he's not out in the middle of the night, and he's not a danger to anyone or himself. Mr. Poole, the only reason your bonds are not at $60,000 are because of Ms. Aleppo. If I find that you start acting a fool, I'm gonna 10 times the amount, not maybe 100 times the amount. If I find that you violate any of these conditions, even the most smallest condition. He's homeschooled now, right? He's doing online schooling. Okay, you're not to go out. I don't want you out. The only time that you're allowed to go out, if there's a medical emergency or to meet with a lawyer. And I want proof before you go out to meet with your lawyer. Do you understand? If you go out, there's only one place you're going. You're not to be in possession of weapons. You're not to consume alcohol, not to consume illegal drugs. And I'm going to randomly test you. They're going to call you to come take a drug test. If you fail to come, if you fail to go take the drug test, into jail you go. I'm going to keep you extremely close to make sure that you're not violating any conditions. Do you guys want to, Dad, do you want to come up? Is that grandma? Is that grandma?
Yes.
I'm happy to have her.
She's a teacher, she's working.
Thank you for coming. I just want to ensure that there are no more issues. And I think that hopefully with him staying at home, there won't be any more issues. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting a monitor on his ankle to ensure that he's not consuming alcohol. He's going to have to get drug tested. So he's going to get called in and, periodically we'll have to go to downtown to get tested. And then we'll just ensure that he's not using any kind of marijuana, any kind of illegal drugs. I'm going to test you 40 days from today. If you test positive for marijuana after 40 days, that tells me that you've continued to consume. And I don't care what it is, if it's an edible, if it's a gummy, CBD, you're to stop everything. If you test positive in 40 days for anything illegal, you know what's going to happen. Guys have any questions? I will pay for everything so that there's no issues about, because typically this device that he's going to get costs around $400 a month, $500 a month. So I'll pay for it so that there's no issue. Just make sure that he's on the straight and narrow, and that's it. And then, if you guys have any issues, just come back and talk to me. Okay, all right. Thanks. Lori. Hi.
I'm approaching Orlando Areola. Yes, I spoke with him this morning and he informed me that he had a warrant for Comal County resisting arrest once this case finished. So they picked him up from jail, took him to Comal County. He was there and didn't finish Comal County until this warrant popped up. So he's never been out of jail. And I had Stephen look.
There was a hold from Comal County placed on May 10th. The hold was released. I did not see.
They never came to get him. They're
So,
not going to come get him for resisting arrest out of Como County.
I don't know where Comal County.
So what happens is, like, when we get someone, I've got a guy who's got 4 charges. He's wanted out of, let's say, Corsicana.
Mhm.
Corsicana has 10 days to come get him here. If they don't come here within the 10 days to come
They
get him,
release him.
my feeling is that's what probably happened with Como County. They wanted him for that resisting arrest in Como County because they never got him. He was released, but that doesn't take care of the warrant. The warrant's still out there and will always be out there, and he'll continue every
It
single
doesn't
time.
show a hold anymore. It is gone. And I believe he is convicted on the motion that he was convicted of that resisting arrest. Well, whatever it was.
Alex, can you run an NCIC? please?
Yes, Your Honor. So what I see out of Como County, I see the interference with the public duties charge, the resisting arrest charge, as well as an assault of a peace officer judge charge.
Oh, a 3rd-degree felony assault of a peace officer?
Second degree, Your Honor, yes.
2nd degree. Is it open?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh. Areola. This is one of those people one of our friends that we have here that continue to come back with cases over and over and over. And I told him every single time from now on, we will start doing DDRP until the trespasses and all those things stop. Now, though, he's picked up these cases in Como County. Can we do this? Can we reset it for a couple of days? Do you mind reaching out to Como County, seeing what's going on? Are they really open cases? What do they want to do? Because we can't do DDRP
Right.
while he's got all these open charges. So I don't know.
I can check the district clerk, the clerk's website, Judge, and for Como County and see if there's open cases right now that have been logged by the clerk. And then I can reach out to them today.
That's what I was going to say. If you can reach out to the DAs and see, hey, what's going on? We've got him here. Do you really want him? Is it something serious? I mean, maybe it's something that they
I'll
just,
let them know that we intend to put them in DDRP over here and maybe that'll. just-
there you go.
Okay.
cases
Yeah,
there.
A lot of
Monday-
times that really helps.
That's fine. I'm gonna
Okay.
call them today.
Okay.
So
And then, so just let them know how the plan here is we will continue to do DDRP.
you said, so the exact offer from the court is what, a 2-year probation and then sending them.
No, he's on probation now. We went to trial.
This is a trial case.
We went to trial. He lost because he didn't want to accept the DDRP. And I said, we're not doing anything.
Okay.
And so we went to trial. He lost. I sentenced him to like a year with.
180 days probated for 20.
No, maybe he did take it. We went to trial on someone else.
Yeah, I don't see an actual,
There's someone else with the exact same,
Right.
we've got maybe like a handful of these, right?
it looks like he entered a guilty plea.
Okay, so
Your Honor, just clarify that he was released to Comal County. They came and picked him up on the 16th of May.
We took the plea on May.
So he's gone.
He went, after we took the plea to put him on to do the probation, the hold came on the same day. They came and picked him up on the 16th and went to Comal County. Now, he's saying he never was released from Comal County. He got brought back here on this warrant, so he's never been
Oh,
out
got
on the
bench
free to do the probation.
He never, I guess, ended up doing anything over there. They just got bench warranted over here.
Mhm.
Okay, so now we know. So I guess, yeah, reach out to them, tell him what our intentions are. Let's see how serious they are. And if they're, out for it, then I guess what we'll do is we'll allow him to bench warrant him back over there, take care of that stuff. And then we're just going to keep our hold and then we'll bench warrant him back when they're done.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Lori. Good morning, Ms. Ariel. Good to see you. I'm sorry that we're seeing you under these circumstances, but you've picked up some serious charges in Como County. And the problem is that you never, ever once have appeared on your own in the dozens and dozens of charges that you and I have had together, have never once on your own appeared. And you want me to give you a PR bond?
Judge,
Tell me.
I'm asking, give me an opportunity to present myself or report myself to the probations that you've acquired my person to be. I've been back and forth between Harris County and Comal County since the last time you released me. I never gotten a chance. I just now came from Comal County back over here. I'm asking for give me the opportunity that I may be able to
report on his probation, Judge.
Yeah.
And based off what I am looking, it appears that these Comal County cases happened prior to him being placed on probation. So they wouldn't necessarily be a violation of his probation.
Alex, what say you about the time?
He was placed on probation. It seems in May, if I'm correct. Is that correct?
May of 2024.
These Como County cases, they took place in July of 2024 and subsequently filed that same month. So July, so after he was placed on the probation.
Mr. Ariola.
I was in Comal. I was taken from here to Comal County. Okay, prior when you gave me that, I was out. That I was able to.
I think I know what you're trying to say. He's saying he has never been out of jail to commit these cases in July.
But he has been. You were out.
If I may,
You were in aftercare, and it was probably at that time when you picked up the new cases.
It's the same. If I may share with you, these cases are the same cases or the same circumstances, just as a trespass.
I know.
Um,
And I know it keeps happening over and over and over. They try to pick you up, you don't like it, and it hits the fan. And then you end up picking 3 to 4 charges as every single time this happens.
I'm not a criminal, nor am my intention is to do crime in the world. That is not my way of living. That is not my way. What I'm at this moment right now, what I'm seeking, what I'm asking is to get the opportunity to be able to report and to do as you asked for the probation.
Let me tell you one thing, okay? Hold on. Since 2021, you and I have been dancing. You've picked up an attempted possession of a firearm, possession of a controlled substance, possession of a controlled substance, failure to ID, resisting arrest, failure to ID, failure to ID, failure to ID, evading arrest, criminal trespass, possession of a controlled substance, failure to ID, criminal trespass, and another criminal trespass. On all of those, except the last 2, every single time you have done time served. And I told you on the last 2, before you picked it up and we let you go, I said, Mr. Ariola, if you pick up another case, we are done with catch and release. We will now do everything in our power to ensure that the trespasses and the failure to IDs and the thefts and the assault stop. And we would do that by doing the dual diagnosis residential program. And I told you that we would continue to do it over and over and over until it stops. You know what's going to happen every time you wear orange in Harris County. That's it. I have given you PR bond after PR bond to the tune of probably 12 PR bonds. And every single time we've given you a PR bond, you never show up. No more catch and release. We now need to get to the root of the problem. That's what we're going to do. And even if we have to do DDRP 5 times.
Listen, let's be honest. If I was to represent myself, and stick to the grounds of laws, of real laws, of what's contributing to myself being, my well-being, my person, the person that you are treating in such a way at this very moment. It will be a different story and a different face for you, my friend. I'm only talking here.
Stop, that can be considered as a threat. I am just giving you fair warning.
I want to help you, Mr. Ariola. I want to end the cycle of you keep coming back to jail. Believe it or not, I want to help you. I want to end this. I want you to get a job. I want you to be a productive member. And I was hoping by having you go to the DDRP and in aftercare, that would happen. I don't know. I don't know what happened. You were doing great in DDRP and we got reports that you were doing great. When you got to aftercare, I don't know what happened though.
At this moment, the charges from Comal County, I'm on PR bond. They haven't even been, and I haven't even been indicted. At this moment, I'm asking that I'm given the opportunity to complete this program of yours. Let the service play as it plays. There's a whole different county, a whole different jurisdiction.
Let me give you a little roadmap, what I was thinking. I'm having our chief district attorney here reach out to Comal County to let them know what we want to do here about DDRP in hopes that they, are on board with us.
They have nothing to do with y'all. There's a whole different
I know.
Jurisdiction, a whole different county.
I'm trying to let them know that we want to put you in a treatment place with us here in hopes that they're with us, and it may resolve the cases over there. See what I'm saying?
I'm on a PR bond over there at this moment. Why would they care what happens here? They don't care. They're just on for. How dare? What idea is this from?
I can let Lori explain to you
I know,
what we're trying to do.
I'm listening. I did hear it, but this,
Mr. Ariel, if I give you a PR bond, you'll never come back.
I'm not asking for a PR, but I'm asking to give me the chance, the opportunity to report to the probation that you put me on. Give me the chance.
Yes, I want to do that.
Please.
We are, yes, I am in agreement with you. But first, Como County has to take care of itself. We can't do anything here until Como County's taken care of.
Como County sent me over here.
I know. We're gonna reach out to Como County to see what we can do.
They got me on PR bond over there so we can take care of the situation over here at this time. This is what I'm doing here now. They got no business into what Harris County does with me at this moment, with this case here. They have no business. They haven't even indicted me yet.
I'm gonna let Lori try to explain to you what we're trying to do.
What you're trying to do, I know why would you even want? Listen, you're the judge here. You know what's going on. I'm on PR bond over there. They're not even looking at my cases at this very moment.
What do you want?
I'm asking, give me the opportunity to report to probation now. Give me the opportunity, because I haven't given the opportunity to report to probation.
When you say give me the opportunity, what does that mean? Let you out of jail?
Yeah, so I can report to this, and when Comal County, because I got a lawyer over there, they would alert me about going to, if they do pick it up, if they do pick it up, they would alert me to go to court. But till then, let me just proceed with the process here with the probation, please. That is what I'm asking. I'm begging for you, so I can get an opportunity, a chance to get out and work and be able to fight this from the free world. If anything, if they do pick up the cases, I'll be able to fight them, so I can stay relevant to the probation here and current with Harris County.
I know that you're not gonna like my answer, Mr. Ariel, but if I give you a PR bond, you're gonna ghost me like every time you've done before. I have, history tells me, I have your bonds now, always at 2003, 7504, 5006, because you take off. You never, in 5 years, you've never not one time come back on your own.
Why would you give me a PR bond? Can you just not reinstate me to complete the probation? I haven't even.
Anything, we need to figure out what's going on with Como County. I'm gonna let Lori hopefully try to explain to you what we're trying to do with getting Como County on our side as well, so that hopefully we can resolve it all. And
I don't know if this is even, like, would you even really care to understand what Comal County, being in Comal County, what it has done to.
Let's do this. Look, I have a bunch of people that are waiting. I'll take more time with you toward the end of the day. I don't want to keep them waiting because they have busy lives as well. Let me talk to them. Let me thin out everybody here, and then I'll bring you back out and we can talk more, okay? But we've already spent, what, 20 minutes here now, and I've got a lot of people waiting. Let me thin them out. I'll bring you back out in maybe like 45 minutes and we'll talk more, okay? I'll give you more time, I promise. Counsel, thanks for being patient. Okay. Yes. Come up.
She's been asking for.
Mr. Crow, excuse me, Mr. Croce, you're charged with harboring a runaway child. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement that they're offering you 1 year in Harris County Jail to be probated for 2 years. It's a straight probation, right? What that means is it will end up as a conviction on your record. You can never take it off. You can never change this. Do you understand? From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. As part of the agreement, you will do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill those conditions. Thinking for a change, no drugs, no alcohol, random urinalysis. On the mental health caseload, you must do 10 hours of community service, $100 donation one time to Houston Area Women's Center, no harassing, threatening, or abusive contact with AW, and 30 days in Harris County Jail is the condition.
Yes, sir.
Is this how you understand it?
Yes, sir.
You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses, testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, that's it. Like I said, you're going on this probation. So the deal with this probation is that if you break this probation, if you don't fulfill it, if you pick up a new case, if you don't do your classes on time, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. The only thing we're going to talk about is if you violated, and if you did, you're looking at an entire year in jail. Do
Yes,
you
sir.
understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense? Are guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty, sentence you to the agreement. Did I miss anything, Shatori? What do you do for a living, Mr. Crozier?
Right now I'm working construction. I've actually done a few jobs already. I've done sheetrock so far, pipe. Yesterday I just got done with a fencing job. I have another fencing job coming up and a roofing job. So, but I
You
work
going
construction.
from like job to job? Do you have a steady like foreman or person that you work
Yes.
for?
Works for a construction company.
Okay, great. Okay, so what about the 30 days?
So that's what it came to. For the 30 days, we were asking, could he do October, since he's on 2 years, can he do October 25th, 2025?
Oh, no,
Because-
not that far out.
Well,
That's
okay.
like over a year. I mean, typically when we do as a condition, it's toward the front end, within the first like
So my
3-4 months.
thinking is, he is experiencing health issues. I wanted to see if he could get that under control before he turned himself in, because originally the plan was that he was just gonna turn himself in last Monday and stay in until we resolved it. But around the third day, he started having panic attacks, and mom bonded him out because they were about to put him on a mental health hold. I just wanted to give him some time to seek some kind of mental.
Problem
health
is that you're gonna have to do it at one point or the other. The
Right.
longer you do it out, the worse it's gonna be. You just get it, do it, and you're done with it,
treatment. Say 6 months.
The other problem compounding this issue is the case is 700 days old. I mean, he absconded for how long,
About 2 years. I'd like
Yeah,
to-
I mean, you want me to reward you with a really long for taking off for all that time? So I'll give you up to 4 months, but you need to nail down a date that you want to go in. And I'm going to tell you now, if you don't go in, you're looking at the full range of punishment, up to a year in jail. Do you understand? You pick up a new case, it's not going to go well. You violate conditions, you smoke weed, it's not going to go well for you. Don't. What you do out there every day, you better think, if I do this, is there potential of going to jail? If it is, don't do it. If you're going to a party and there's a bunch of weed there, you better leave. You're on paper, man. For you to go to a party, that's not the right thing to do, because temptation is a bitch. And if it's there, you're going to want to partake, because if you're a person that likes to party, probation is not good for you. So you better think before you act, before you do, because you could be doing a lot more time in jail. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll give you up to 4 months. Pick a date that he needs to go in, but we need to know the date now before we leave here today. You can reduce the fees. So I'll give you a reduction of fees to the minimum. I can't pay for outside classes, but I'll reduce it to the minimum. We'll give you credit for the time that you've done. So that'll also help with your fines and fees as well. Don't pick up a new case. Don't smoke weed.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, good luck.
Yeah.
Page 3, Canales. Have the interpreter.
Roberto, hey, good morning.
Nosotros sabemos. Todo en español, ¿ok? Nosotros en español y está en español. Okay.
You were called to take an alcohol and drug test and you failed to go.
Tomaron un examen de droga y alcohol y le fallaste.
I'm going to tell you now that if you ever miss again, I will put you in jail. I'm going to revoke your bond and put you in custody. I don't care what your excuse is, but if you ever fail me again, you know what's going to happen. Forewarned is fair warned. I am now sending you for a drug and alcohol test, and I hope that you don't test positive for anything. But if you ever miss again, in straight to jail you will go. Do you understand?
Yeah. Okay. ¿Entiendes? Sí. Yes.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
With,
I don't know if you do, but if you don't, and you go to jail and immigration puts a detainer on you, it's going to really turn your life upside down. So I would be very, very careful. You better show up next time. Okay, Mr. Opar, so we'll send him now. Hopefully he's clean. If so, we'll just do a normal reset. If it's dirty, then we'll call you and let you know. We'll have to deal with it. Okay. You can go. Okay, get a date with Victoria, just in case, and then he'll have to come back, and then we'll reach out to you and let you know. Do me a favor, will you? Will you leave me your cell phone? Thanks. Connor, talk to me.
An Angel Pena?
Is it on? It's on docket today?
Yes.
Pena.
UCW marijuana, the state, was looking for labs. Turns out that the officer never even made the request to get the drugs tested. Said that this was kind of our last setting today.
So Ms. Harmer spoke to the officer 30 days ago at the last setting and let him know, asked him whether or not he had ever put in a request. The officer said he did not. Ms. Harmer had asked him whether he to do that, so that we would have the results within the next 30 days before the next setting per your instruction. And we put in an escalation request as well.
Yeah, you're not gonna get it for another 6 months.
No, well, I spoke to the officer yesterday because I saw that we did not have the labs in. And he said he never put in the request at all.
Oh, holy moly.
Yeah.
So we need to email this dude's supervisor. That's unacceptable. That's no.
And then I spoke to HFSC to confirm whether or not that was true, and they advised it was. We had Hector from grand jury put in the request himself.
Oh, no,
then,
it's
but
done. No.
It's done. No, I agree, and
Yeah.
we're letting you know the situation, Judge.
You want to set up a trial now? Okay, yeah. I mean, or do you just want to? How do you want to go forward?
Let it go.
Okay, done. Tell this dude to behave, because if he comes back.
Yes, sir. Judge, to be honest, he is very afraid of me.
I hope not, because
I don't think he's coming back.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thanks, guys. But you should we need to do something to discourage this. It's unacceptable that they tell you they're going to do something and then they don't do it.
We agree.
So unacceptable. At the minimum, what I would do is let their supervisor know that, hey, guys, we now have to dismiss the case because of either laziness, just you forget. Who knows? I don't know, but
He just decided not to do it.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. And you got to hold them accountable.
Oh,
Okay.
we agree, Judge. I'll try to speak to a supervising officer and let him know.
Okay.
I have the disclosure documents, Judge. Just one page.
Oh. Ready?
Judge, just really quick, I have one more quick thing on docket today.
Yeah.
Coriel Dixon, she's in a PTI, the PTI is to complete her GED. She's still doing that. We provided the proof of her enrollment and everything, but she's still, doing the classes and waiting for her to get her certificate.
We need to know just more than she's doing the classes. We need proof how she's doing it, where she's doing it, how many classes she's done, because it's a lot of different things that you got to do. And just you telling me you're doing it, it's 180 days. Where is she?
She's not here today.
So, okay, so we'll set her off 2 weeks.
Okay.
She better have a bunch of stuff done by the next time she gets here. Otherwise, tell her it's just,
Got it. Thanks,
Okay.
Judge.
Connor, if she comes in 2 weeks and she's got like one class done, I'm gonna hit the roof.
Got it.
Let her know. Michelle, hey,
Two issues. The first one is Miss Zhang. It's on docket ZHENG.
this was a
This was-
P180, right?
That's right. And we have a date. The interview date is December 12th. That was the first date available.
Okay.
And so I would just ask if we could reset it. Pardon?
It's 321 days. And now
It
we have,
was the prior attorney didn't show up. She didn't know it. And then
is she here?
she's here and we've signed the contract and we have the date.
Okay.
Everything is in place.
Are you able to communicate with her? She speak English?
I have Google Translate and there is an interpreter here who I know who drove her here. And so I'm able to communicate.
No,
Through him.
that this is the absolute last.
Yes, Your Honor.
Like if she fails to appear at this, then
I understand.
by then it's like 400 and forget about it.
I understand, Your Honor. I will let her know 100%.
Give you the day after to make sure that she shows up, and then after that, we're gonna have to set it off again, right? For another follow-up.
I believe so, Your Honor.
So set it, what day's the interview?
December 12th.
So if you can set it for December 13th, I know it's a Friday, but come on.
That date doesn't exist.
Friday the 13th.
All right.
Next Monday.
Okay, just admonish her, she gotta go.
I will make sure.
Okay, all right, Ms. Shealy.
And
Number
then
two.
I have Miss Ely. And we are ready to take a plea on that.
Last name?
Ely, EALY.
She's got bond violations, though.
She does, Your Honor. I have not seen the report, but
Or you want to just do the plea today?
we have already done the paperwork, Your Honor, and
Okay, I mean, because it's 1,500 days old, so
I understand.
let's just do it.
Have her.
Oh, yeah, she can be.
She'll be there. Right. Thank you.
What was the bond violation for?
Your Honor, it was for alcohol use. She was at a catering event and we believe it's.
I didn't do any, I didn't have, it's,
Blah, blah, blah. You know, Miss Ely, in life, excuses go in this ear, they go out that ear. What is important are actions. That's what rides. Your case is 1,547 days old. We asked you to do one thing. Two, show up and don't use.
Judge Jensen, you have the report right now. And Judge, I would like to say it was, all of our spare devices, they're sent to a specific officer that's very thoroughly checked it, and it was a confirmed positive, and that's the report that I'm sending you right now. I'll show you distribution levels as well. Judge, you have to.
So we have one date that she's consuming alcohol on a Saturday night. I'm not doing this.
I was at work.
Take a seat for me in the jury box. Man. We got to work something else out because I think we're setting her up for failure. She can't even just 1 week stay without drinking after years and years of. I think that. Mr. Elick, I think we're setting her up for failure, which you will just end up with a conviction and then perhaps wrap her car around the pole the next week. Not on my watch. So I think that we need to monitor her, make sure that she's not going to go out there and do some more permanent and serious damage, you know? So probation is what?
Have to be the 177th like now.
Go,
So
go. I don't want you to get in trouble. Can you come back? Go, come back. Hey, okay, ready?
Judge, I have a plea on Sammy Otis, who's in custody. And then I have one other matter, Judge. I have Munya Rubuga, who's in custody, and he wants a trial date.
How is Mr. Munya Rubuga?
He's okay, Judge.
He's been in jail for a long time.
He's been in custody since June. He's maxed out on jail credit. I understand the state's position is that I think that their biggest reason for not dismissing it, you know, the fact that he has pending felonies is just because he has he's on a felony deferred. And they're willing to dismiss it if he pleads in felony court. He's being offered 3 TDC in felony court, but he's been on the trial docket there and then he got taken off the trial docket in felony court, which is kind of odd, but I don't know what's happening with his, it's a robbery, isn't it? In felony court?
Robbery.
What happened with it?
So
Do you have any notes as to why it was taken off the trial docket?
that's what I'm looking at, seeing. I don't have any notes besides the last note we have is today where they put the defendant to plead to the robbery. And then
Say it again?
there's a note from today from Jacob Salinas where it says defendant to plead to attempted robbery 3rd degree. That's the last note we have for that felony.
Or well, he didn't say that to me, so that's kind of surprise.
What day is that?
Actually, I apologize. That was 2023. I
Oh,
apologize.
okay.
Yes. And then the note we have from the 4th of this month is the offer of 3 years TDC on the MHA.
That offer.
That offer was October 4th.
And he was set for jury trial October 4th, and now he's got a status conference November 14th. But the attorney hasn't changed. Usually they might take it off the trial docket if you get a new
You want
attorney.
to, it's up to you, whatever you want. If
He
you
wants
want
a
to set
trial
it,
date.
okay, then
Yeah.
let's set it. I would love to go to trial, with
Yeah.
Mr. Munya Rubuga.
One of these things where he has strong feelings about it.
Guys, how soon could you be ready for trial of Mr. Munya Rubuga? December 3rd?
Yes, Judge, but there are a lot of trials set on that day.
Yeah, now I think there's 6. And 2 of them already are jail cases. We just set one today.
Yes, Judge.
What, do we have another day in December, Ramona?
Yes, Judge, but that day is loaded. There's like 14 trials
the only
already set
other-
on that day.
I mean, maybe he'll plead on,
That's kind of what I'm thinking, Judge. He's maxed out on jail credit here. If he works out the felony, then the misdemeanor is gonna be kind of a waste of time to
So-
try it, but I'm.
Scott, are you okay with, we set it on Friday? Okay, let's set it for the 15th, which is the day after the felony case.
Okay.
Like they said, if he pleads up there, then it'll go away here.
And then on that day, if not, we'll just get a
And
trial
we'll
date.
set it in the new year.
Okay, yes, Judge.
Okay. So this is Mr. Otis. Good morning, Mr. Otis.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Otis, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 30 days in jail with credit for the 20 days that you've done. You got to understand there's a lot riding on this, Mr. Otis. This comes with an affirmative finding of family violence. What that means is that if you ever pick up another case like this, and it could be so much as you take someone's arm and just squeeze ever so tightly to where even just a minimal amount of pain,
Yes, sir.
you're now looking at a 3rd degree felony up to 2 a minimum of 2 years, up to 10 years in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You can also never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this plea bargain agreement as well. Is this what you want to do?
Yeah, well, it's over. with.
Have you been to the penitentiary before?
Yes, sir.
How many times have you been to the penitentiary?
A lot.
So you realize that you're a true habitual. Every time you pick up a felony, you're looking at a 25 to life case.
Yes, sir.
You've picked up now less than a gram. I don't know why they've not got you, or maybe they do have you enhanced to at least a third or second degree. No, they've got you to state jail. Yeah. All right. Mr. Otis, how do you plead to the assault of a family member? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you can never change this or undo this. It will go on your record. It'll be there forever. All right, sir, how do you plead?
Guilty.
I'll find you guilty, sentence you to the 30, give you acquitted for 20. It's affirmative finding of family violence. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Abandoned, because then it would make it 90.
Thank you.
Q,
Yes, hey, Judge.
coming up.
Here on Sean Angriano.
Come on, Mr. Angriano.
By the way,
Are you with Mr. Angriano? Come on up, Mom.
Came back positive, Your Honor, but I would like to see the levels on the test because before all this, he was a
Don't care.
heavy marijuana user.
Come up, Mom. Thank you so much for coming. So you're familiar with the case he has? Were you here with me the first time? Okay. So he's young, and I asked him not to do two things. Not drive like a, maniac, and not to smoke marijuana. I tested him September, and I gave him a warning that if you test positive again, that tells me that you've continued to smoke, and it's unacceptable, and there's only one place for it. He has continued to smoke. So guess what happens now? I told you when you got here last time, don't do anything to put yourself in a position where you're still testing positive. It's been a long time. It's been a month and a half now, and you continue to test positive.
They didn't send my first test to the lab. You could see that my levels went all the way down. I haven't smoked not once. I was a strong smoker for 3 years straight. I promise you I have not smoked.
How old are you now?
I'm 18.
18. So since 15, you've been that heavy of a smoker?
He was with my mom in Oregon for a while, but since last quarter, he's only been home. He just got a job.
And we did get a PTI program for him. He has been working on his GED.
Still smoking.
I would like to see the levels. I do know that.
Sure,
in a lot of-
I will give you anything you want, Hugh. It's an open book, it's an open door, but you're staying with me. And then we'll see. If you show me something differently, great, but I warned you. I told you what to expect if you continued to test.
I didn't smoke though, that's the thing. Why am I getting arrested if I haven't smoked?
You know how many people tell me that on a daily basis? We are now nearly November 1st. I tested you in the beginning of September. If you would have stopped smoking, you would not have anything in your system at this time. Goes with you? Sure, of course. Mom, don't go.
no, I asked her, because I need,
Oh, okay. Just come,
you can go forward.
come this way. I want him to know that we mean business. We're not out for blood. So what I'm gonna do is probably 2 days, and then I'm gonna let him back out, okay? And I'm gonna bring him back out, and I'm gonna tell you, I hope you now realize that we mean business. I'm gonna test you again in another 40 days. If you continue to test positive, that tells you that you've continued to smoke. And we're just gonna play this game until you're clean. So I'm not out for just, throwing away the key. That's not what we were. We want him to be productive. We want him to graduate. We want him to get his GED. And that's what we're working on. I mean, the idea here, what we had was and the most important thing is to get his high school diploma. For me, I don't want this case to go away until that happens. But he's still playing around and I have to show him we mean business. This is the only way. And I'm sorry, but hopefully it's a blessing in disguise. The bond's at $100 now. I'll set it at 5,001. We'll bring him back Friday morning. I won't. No, come on, man.
So I'm sorry. Okay, this Friday, yeah.
It's Friday.
For some reason, I was thinking it was.
I said, Hugh, we're not out for blood.
So,
But
okay.
he's got to know that we mean business. So hopefully that's enough. Don't tell him.
When will court be?
Friday, 2 days. Yeah, I'll put it on for Friday. And then I'll admonish him Friday that he's got to continue with his GED, no smoking, and I'm going to test him now all the time to make sure he's not smoking. And we'll pull levels and we'll see if levels are higher than what they are now. And I'm going to give you now, I'll get you to get the levels now so we know what they are. And we'll go from there. Okay, we really want what's best for your son. You don't have to pay for it. Well, if you pay for it, he's going to get out. That's up to you. I'm going to let him out for free. I'm going to reinstate his bond. I don't want you to pay. I'm going to do everything so you don't have to pay. I'm paying for everything here now anyways. Really, lawyer, just everything is getting paid for by us. Right? I don't want you to have to pay. Okay? So we'll put him on for Friday. We'll bring him back out, but don't tell him because the worst fear of being in jail is the fact of not knowing when you're going to get out. Jail stinks. There's no clocks. There's no windows. It's awful. And the worst part is not knowing when you're going to get out because that really works on you, So with that in mind, okay? All right. We'll see you Friday. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Hey.
Mr. Canales, he took the test, I think, came back negative.
He did?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Great. Fantastic.
So is he free to go?
Good job. You sure?
That's what
he came back negative? Canales.
Yes.
Wonderful. Come on up. Okay, so we'll give you a normal setting. No lo falles de nuevo. No más. La próxima vez, tú sabes que ¿qué va a pasar?
Sí.
Okay, so we'll give you just a normal setting and good luck. Okay? All right. Ciao.
So I think we're almost gonna work this out, but I just wanted to approach, so. I'm assuming if she doesn't plead today, she's going into custody.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And you will not accept a time served on this? No.
No. Nope. It would have been, if there wouldn't have been a issue.
Violation, yeah.
Violation all day. But she's drinking. I mean, we only gave her a week.
Sure.
She couldn't even make it like literally 3 days without, not even 2 days, without. No, I think we need to monitor and for a long time. And otherwise, there has to be accountability, Mr. Elam,
Well, I understand.
On for, 1,500 days,
I
you come
understand.
start drinking 2 days after I tell you not to drink.
I understand.
I hope she's not driving because then I would have a contempt.
She's not, she's not driving.
But I don't know that.
I understand.
Yeah, so that's it. You let me know what you want to do. What's the last name again?
Johnson.
Good morning, Ms. Johnson. You wanted me to accept a time served. It didn't work the first time. So why is it going to work a second time? You got to understand that we don't reward behavior when it continues to happen, especially when you're putting others' lives at danger. I mean, do you watch the news? Do you watch the news?
I do.
Okay, every single day, someone dies from an alcohol-related collision in Harris County. Every single day. You're now on your second DWI. And I can't tell you how many times I've done a time served on a second and they wrap their car around a pole the next day. It's not an acceptable thing, you know? And so that's why, you know, that's why we do what we do. Everything is for the benefit of the public and to make sure it doesn't happen again. And you need to understand that from now on, you and I will not be dealing with each other. This is now your second DWI. You ever get pulled over now and you have even the remote faintest smell of alcohol, you'll now be in felony court, 2 to 10 at the penitentiary. And it doesn't matter. You don't have to be fall down, piss ass drunk to get a felony charge. They're just going to look at your record and it speaks for itself. They're going to assume that you have a tolerance and they're just going to lock you up. You understand?
I understand.
You give up a lot of rights. And I see that how unhappy you are with me. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm really
I
okay.
have no
with that.
idea. You have no idea.
I'm okay with this. This is okay.
No, I actually like you. I watch you on TikTok.
Oh, well,
So I'm a fan.
understand everything that we do. We just don't want you to come back, you know?
I understand.
And like the example I give, you know, where's my phone? You know, $20, one click will get you anywhere you want to go in the city. Don't matter where you want to go.
I Uber. I
You
do.
know? Good. And I hope it continues, you know? Just, that's all we're asking. You're giving up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to test for any behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. And like I said,
Wow.
it'll go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. And I'm telling you, even if you're 92, you get into a car and you've had half a glass of wine, you get pulled over, they're going to charge you, you know.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't, even if you've had a sip, I wouldn't get in the car because it's a humongous risk. It's 30 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done.
I believe I did 2 days.
Um,
I did about 36 hours.
We'll check. Because if you do have 2 days, I'm going to give you 2 days and we're not going to shortchange anyone because we can look at the time that you went in, time you got out, everything, you know, we have records for everything. Let me see. It says here that you had a prior DWI from 2014 in County Court at Law Number 9. Is that true that you had that prior DWI? Okay, true to the first enhancement. I'm going to abandon the second enhancement because it'll make it 90. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Reluctantly guilty.
Well, if you're not guilty, we can go to trial. You know, if you're really, I don't want you to plead guilty if you're not guilty. You know, we don't play that game here. If you're not guilty, don't plead. We can have a trial, you know. This is a lifetime decision. Once you do this, there's no coming back from it. You know, you are the only one who knows if you're guilty of this offense or not. I wasn't there. I just have videos and, you know, and blood test results, I guess, or whatever's out there, because I don't even know.
Do you have video of when they took my blood test results?
Sorry?
I would really like someone to look at those.
We have these, Johnson.
Have you seen them?
Yeah, so are you pleading guilty or
I mean, if you want, we can put this off for a week. You can go to the office and you can look at everything, and then that way you can make an informed decision. It's up to you. But better to make an informed decision than to have regret, because there's no turning back once you do this, you know, no regrets, right? Once you plead, that's it. If you want a week, I'm happy to give you a week. You can go to Sliders' office in Cavita and take a look at all the videos. Look at, was there a blood test?
she's been to the office a few times, so we have looked at.
You have looked at the videos?
Yeah, we looked at the
I
stuff.
haven't seen where they took my blood
But there may not be. I don't know. I don't know what there's out
because
there.
there was a major human rights violation when they took my blood. And
Remember,
I'm having a real problem with that. I was not drinking that night.
remember, it doesn't have to be just alcohol. There are other intoxicants. If you take too much NyQuil, you know, what happens when you take too much NyQuil? You get woozy, right? It doesn't have to be alcohol. You take too much NyQuil, it's anything that impairs the normal use of your mental and or physical faculties. It doesn't have to be alcohol. It could be NyQuil. It could be isopropyl alcohol. It could be any number of things. It could be a combination of things thereof. If you take an Ambien and you have half a glass of wine, if you take an Ambien, or if you take NyQuil PM, right, and then you have a glass of alcohol or wine, right, or even if you take too much NyQuil PM, all these things can impair your ability, and that's what the law is. It doesn't have to be alcohol. I don't know, you know, what's out there, but if you want more time, I can give you more time. Just, it's a lifetime decision. Look, remember, Ms. Johnson, we live stream here, so it's better for you guys. If you don't want to do it, just don't. You know, you guys can go talk in a room back there. I mean, if you want to wait a little bit, we can wait. You don't have to do it now. We can do it in 10, 15 minutes, or I can give you a week and you can take a look at everything again, because this isn't Target. You can just return it if you don't like it. This is, like I said, a lifetime decision. There's no buyer's remorse. Let's do that.
Judge, we'll
I'll put it
step
to the
down.
side. You go out there, talk about it, and then come back and let me know what you want to do. Okay? Just-
I'm gonna go grab Mr. Ariola, and then I know there's another. interest
You have-
right afterwards.
Okay. Mr. Lopez coming up.
He has been sworn in already, Judge.
Do you need him to sign the documents, guys? Mr. Lopez, you're charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. I think that I've admonished you on this before, that the Texas legislature has made it very easy for district attorneys across the state to seize and take cars from individuals who continue to do this kind of behavior. You now have 2. You get popped again, it's very likely that they take and seize whoever's car that you're driving. Do you understand? What is his arrogance?
Judge, I think he's just a little nervous.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. You can never change this or undo this. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. You're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand? The next time, this is your 3rd case, you come back again, get ready. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
How did it lead to the offense of reckless driving? I will find you guilty and I will sentence you to the agreement. What do you do for a living, Mr. Lopez?
I'm a plasma operator.
How much money do you make a month?
$5 to $6,000.
You will be required to pay all fines and fees, and I'm going to also require you to pay for the representation that you've done here today. You're not and should not have qualified for a lawyer, and I'm going to now look at your financial affidavit to see what
Judge,
it
This
says.
is a retained case. He's hired us on this case.
Oh, it's a hired case. Got it. Okay. Mr. Lopez, you will be required to pay for the fines and fees in this case. If you don't pay it, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest, and every $100 that you owe, you will pay with 1 day in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to tell you, there are proper places in Houston to do this kind of stuff. On 610 and 59, don't do it. God forbid you kill someone. But next time will be third. And I'm telling you, you may very well lose the car that you're driving. Good luck.
Judge.
Thanks, Kadia.
Judge, on page 2, Albio, results came back positive for THC. Do you want us to,
Yeah, let me talk to Mr. Ariel first so we can get Lori out.
Yes, Judge. He discharged on the 23rd. They had him come on the 24th.
Hang on 1 second. Mr. Lopez, you asked me for a PR bond now. I'm sorry, Mr. Lopez, Mr. Ariola. Sorry, that was Mr. Lopez. Mr. Ariola, you asked me for a PR bond, but let me tell you something. Every time we let you out of custody, you have little wings on your back and you take off. You did the program. You did it amazingly. All we wanted you to do was do the aftercare. You were supposed to report. Your date of discharge was April 23rd of 2024 of the program that you were in. You were supposed to report. Oh, is it the same day? Shatoria?
no, it was the next day.
I'm sorry. The date of discharge was April 23rd. The next day, you were supposed to report to the place for aftercare. Did you report? You did not report. And you took off yet again. Every time we let you out of jail, you do whatever you want to do and you don't comply with court orders. So I can't trust you and give you a PR bond now or reinstate you. We're going to work the way through that we normally do. We're going to see what Como County wants to do. And then after that, we're going to go right back into SATA. Tell me.
I'd like the court to consider my position of not having the opportunity to report myself on the last
Judge, I'm sorry. I feel as though we're talking about things alleged in the MAJ. I don't want to be unfair to the defendant at this point.
Counsel's here.
Oh, she is here.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's on.
Okay.
No. We're not going to do this without counsel. No, Michael, come on. No. She's here.
Yes, Judge.
As I was saying, to consider the position that I was put in, not given the opportunity to present myself, report myself to the probation office.
We let you out. You were supposed to report. Is that not a chance?
That was a different, that was another,
Case.
another. The one that I'm asking of, that I was in current in agreement with you was the probation that came with the counselors.
I don't want to go on a 30-minute diatribe, a 30-minute conversation again, Mr. Ariel. The bottom line is if I let you out, you will not show up to anything that you're supposed to show up. And I have it as evidence in every single case that you and I have dealt with. Every single time I have let you out, every time that a magistrate has let you out, you take flight and you take off and you never come back.
I'd like to resolve this issue, this matter.
I'm not, no, sorry. I'm not going to do that. I told you I was done with the catch and release. It's not going to happen. We will continue.
I'm asking for my time for these cases that I stand before this court today.
Okay. Regardless, we can't do anything now because you've got the Como County cases open. So I'm going to have the DAs reach out to Como County to see where we go from there.
Judge, he also said earlier that he would like a hearing on these new charges in Comal County.
Say it again.
He would like a hearing on the new charges in Comal County because we're not sure whether or not the state can prove them.
Judge, if there was a hearing, we would put up the technical, we wouldn't put up the new law.
They're not putting up the new law violations regardless. I mean, they're not going to do that to kind of hurt Mr. Ariola even more, you know? So I don't, think that that would be part of the motion to adjudicate hearing. That would hurt you more, and that's not what we're here to do.
Those Kamal County's charges are allegations. I'm still innocent
Correct.
and haven't been indicted yet.
Correct.
I'm confused.
I don't know that.
I'm confused on what.
There is a hold at Como County, right? Vic?
I came from Comal County. I bonded out on.
I have 2 bonds on your case, and because you were unable to make the bonds, that's why you're still in custody now. I'm not giving you a PR bond. So we also need to find out what's going on with Como County. So bottom line, Mr. Ariola, I'm not letting you out today. Okay? We just need to work the thing to see how it plays out. And then
I'm asking that the court stays within this district. Comal County is relevant at this point. I'm still, there are allegations.
we're not using any of that, none of that is being held against you, Mr. Ariola.
And Judge, for the court's information, the updated hold information is that they released the hold on 5/16 of 2020.
Okay.
So currently, there's no hold that the state can see.
Okay. Can you reach out to them
Yes,
to
sir.
see and let them know of our intent here? And then, when do you want to set it again? Today's Wednesday. Try Monday, maybe?
You haven't said
Judge,
the
I'm gonna
fourth,
reach out
yeah.
to them.
Okay, we're gonna try to do this fast on your behalf. We're not gonna take a long time to do it. I need them to reach out to Como County to see what Como wants to do with your 3 cases. We'll come back on Monday and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, Mr. Ariola, I'm not letting you out. I know what's gonna happen if I let you out. I can't do it. Okay, I know that you're upset, but believe me when I'm telling you, I want the best thing for you. Okay,
I'm having a hard time to understand.
I don't, but I'll
Yeah.
have Lori explain it to you, okay?
That's okay.
I want what's best for you, Mr. Ariola. I think that this is it, okay?
To keep me in your program? To keep me in your pocket?
Not in my pocket.
All right, Mr. Ariola.
Yes. I'll
be bringing him out.
All right, good morning, Mr. Maurice.
Sir.
Sir, you're charged with the offense of theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 30 days in jail, credit for the 26 that you've done. Is this how you understand it?
Sir.
I guess is the evading being dismissed?
Yes.
As part of the agreement, the evading arrest that you have is being dismissed. How many thefts is this for you?
First one. My first one.
Are you sure?
And I know of my first one.
Well, because what I'm trying to impart to you is that this is an enhanceable offense, meaning that this is now 1. If you have at least 1 other one on your record, the next time you're looking at a felony charge instead of days, it's years. So the next time you get an itch, be very, very careful because it could cost you many, many years of your life.
Yes, sir.
You understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. It will go on your record. It'll be there forever. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It also alleges here that you had a prior burglar by habitation from 2020 in the 178. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Okay, true to the enhancement. All right, sir, how do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
So
If you're not guilty of the offense, don't plead guilty. I don't know.
I understand the way you have it worded.
Yeah, are you guilty or are you not guilty of the offense?
sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, I'll find you guilty as a part of the plea bargain agreement, the evading will be dismissed. You've got to also understand that evading is also an enhanceable. A second evading is a felony charge. You understand?
Sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir. Thanks.
Thanks, Judge.
Thanks. Okay, Mr. Elick, you ready?
Okay, Ms. Ely, come.
You know, it really scares me to think that not even a couple days can go by and you test positive for alcohol. I mean, either you just don't care about bond conditions or you have a problem, you know?
Am I allowed to speak?
No, there, at this point, there's nothing that you can say. You know, my kids, I've got a ton of kids, Miss Ely, and when they do wrong, I try to, I try to discipline them. And when they tell me sorry because they did something wrong, I hug them, I give them a kiss on the cheek. Buddy, I get it. I'm sorry. When they make the same mistake again, I'm like, look, I told you before, you're doing wrong. This is why. And then when they make the same thing again, and they try to tell me sorry, I'm like, but do you think I believe that sorry? You keep making the same mistake and you want me to believe that you're sorry? Just man up and tell me you just don't give a rat's behind. Here, do you not see the analogy? Over and over. Your case is 1,500 days. We set cases for trial at 180 days. If you have a problem with alcohol, Miss Ely, you better address it, because if you don't, I'm going to do it for you, and I promise you're not going to like the way that I do. If I find that you test positive for alcohol while you're on this probation, I will put you in a rehab facility. Do you understand? It is a minimum of around 6 to 9 months if you respond well to treatment. If you don't, you're looking at about a year and a half. All we want are our streets to be safe. That's all we want. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal, meaning that once you accept this agreement today, you can never change this. The other thing I'm going to tell you is that this DWI will go on your record. If you ever get pulled over and you have even the remote faintest smell of alcohol, chances are you're going to pick up a second DWI, and everything doubles up on a second. From now on, you are looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up in here. If you get in a car, I hope that you don't even have a sip of alcohol, because it's going to cost you a lot, man. As part of the probation, for you to complete it successfully, you must do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess further conditions, you must fulfill them. You must do a thinking for a change, driving while intoxicated, education class, 2 victim impact panels. You must have a guardian interlock, no breath test refusal. So if you're pulled over and an officer asks you to submit to a breath sample, you must take a breath test. No drugs, no alcohol. Have you looked up to see if she has a valid license, Alex?
Your Honor, she does not.
I don't drive.
She does not drive.
I'm making it, you will be signing an affidavit with me today, Ms. Ely, that you're not going to drive while you're on this probation. The worst possible thing you can do is drive. I'm telling you, there's no better way to assess a lengthy. Just don't drive. If you want to drive, all we ask you to do is get a license, get insurance, and then you must have an interlock on the car. Because you're not driving, you must get a portable breath test device. 3 days to get the device. I did plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated, man. I will find you guilty. One more thing I'm going to tell you is the worst possible thing that you can do is stop reporting. Because if you stop reporting, we're going to issue a warrant for your arrest. If you ever have problems with the DWI, just come back and we can talk through it. To me, I don't care about money. I will waive your fees on everything that I can. I cannot pay for outside classes, so that I can't pay for, but everything I can, and I will pay for you. It's never about the money. It's about doing what you say that you're going to do and staying drug and alcohol free for a year. Can you see if she qualifies for TAP funding?
She's unemployed, based on information she gives me, so I'm gonna send you.
Why are you unemployed?
I work overnight at a club, but I haven't been going since I have the things on my legs. Like I work as a bottle girl, so I haven't been going since I've been having these things on my legs. Because of the outfits that I have to wear, I can't go to work with those on my legs. So I haven't been working 2 weeks.
So how are you getting income?
Right now I stay at home with my mom. And I'm let me rephrase that. I'm currently enrolled in cosmetology school from 9 to 5, and I just graduated phlebotomy school too. So I'm doing stuff.
Is it perhaps the lifestyle that's not, it's bringing you down?
I was trying to get that's why I've been going to school. So
Great, good. That's what yes. And that's what we want with you, Miss Healy. Sometimes if you're in a bad environment, it's going to drag you down. And that's what we don't want. We want to see you flourish. We want to see you become the great person that you can, but I don't know if it's the environment that's taking you down, but if you can, get into cosmetology, or that would be great.
in school, I go to school from 9 to 5.
When are you going to graduate?
I don't graduate to April. It's 6 months. I don't graduate to April 15th. And I just graduated phlebotomy school last month.
Did you say phlebotomy school?
Yes.
Okay, so can they
couldn't
set
get
you
a job
up
in
with a job?
Yeah, I couldn't get a job in phlebotomy because this kept coming up on my background, so I could never.
So that's why you finally came to get stuff taken care of. You can run, but you can't hide forever. It's going to come back to you one time. Okay, cut all her fees, please. And then let's see if she qualifies for TAP funding. We're going to try to get you to qualify for TAP funding so it pays for everything for you. Like I said, if you ever have a problem, just come back and talk to us. Don't take off because it's the worst thing you can do. Also consider it's going to go on your record. So if you're ever driving, even a remote smell, it's not going to end up well, man. All right. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement, sentence you to it. I'm not going to suspend your license, ma'am. But if you don't have a license, don't drive. Go back to DPS. They can help you get a license. It's not hard.
I did show her what she needs to do for that.
What's that?
I was able to pull that up and show her what she needs to resolve before she can get that.
Here is the number to the DPS driver's license division. You might bring that to them. If you call them, you can ask them and they will tell you exactly what you need to do to get a license back. When you call them, don't call at 8, don't call at 9. You have to call right at 7 in the morning because otherwise the phone lines get so busy, you'll never get through. Trust me, when you call them, if you want to get your license, that is, call them at 7 o'clock sharp. You'll never get through otherwise. All right, good luck, man. Thanks. Yeah, wave it all. Or Miss
Johnson is ready to take her plea. At this time. You can come up, Ms. Johnson.
She sure. You sure this? Come up, man. Okay, so you want to go through with this then?
Yes.
You're sure? Okay. All right, so as we said before, I'm just gonna go through the, everything again. You have the right to have a jury decide, right? You have the right to confront and cross-examine your witnesses. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will reflect as a conviction on your record. You can never take it off or try to challenge this. You understand? So how do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, Ms. Johnson. I will sentence you to 30 days in jail. Did you look to see if she has two?
It only shows one.
We show 1 day credit. If you guys want to try to pull the time cards, somehow we can try to see if she has two. I don't know. She's saying she has two. I don't know. We'll take a look to see if we can find out the time you got in and the time you got out. I am going to suspend your license for 1 year, ma'am. Do not drive until you get a license.
Spending it for 1 year.
I have to. On every DWI,
That
second,
wasn't brought up to me. I was told that it was be a first DWI.
on every DWI second, I always suspend it for a year. I could up to two, but I only do it for 1
So
year.
that means I can't drive for a year.
We can get an occupational
You can
license. for you.
apply for an occupational license. As part of the occupational license, though, you'll have to get a guardian interlock. You will also have to do some.
I'll have to do another interlock. Oh, shoot. This isn't what I signed up for.
You want to- Judge, can we step down for another
Please.
moment?
No
Thank
problem.
you.
I didn't think that was part of it.
Yes.
Did I have to have the thing all over again?
Good at not making people happy.
Judge, gentlemen, we sent to drug testing,
Page 3, Brown.
still pending. I'm assuming that he's positive, will roll until tomorrow.
If he doesn't test, I'm going to revoke his bond. He's got to test.
He just checked in.
Okay. I sent him down at least 4 hours ago or 3 hours ago.
About 10 minutes, 10 minutes ago.
I hope he didn't go hit another place to try to.
Yeah, I kept checking in on the appointments, to see if he'd even entered the building. He didn't enter until 12:40 and we sent him
What's he been doing?
11.
Make sure that he goes in there with someone, eh?
He's a little confused.
Huh.
I think there's a little confusion there. But if he tests positive or doesn't test, we'll roll until tomorrow.
Yeah, he's got to be back here tomorrow. If he doesn't test, I'm revoking his bond. He's going to jail if he doesn't
This is
test.
the gentleman that had just had the 4 hours. I'm assuming that if he's negative, we could do maybe this time next week.
Well, it's what I said, Monday to
Monday.
complete the 4 hours, right? If he tests positive, we'll have to address that when it comes, but I will roll to tomorrow, I guess. If he doesn't test today, he's not gonna go well.
I understand. Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, of course. Oh, are you guys ready? Come on. Sorry.
I thought it happened.
No.
I'm gonna skip the other for you.
Oh, gosh. We have to talk about something else. No, not on that, but what about the supervision? The DPS fines and fees. What do you do for a living, man?
I don't do anything. I took care of my husband for 5 years before he died.
Support yourself now.
Yeah. I'm just barely getting by.
My concern is because when you get a DWI, there's so many collateral consequences. It's just disgusting. You get license suspension, you get jail time. One of the other consequences is DPS hits you with a fine and fee and a surcharge of, was this a 0.15 or above? What was it?
Yes, Your Honor. It was
Yeah,
below 0.15.
you have a $6,000 surcharge that you're going to be required to pay to DPS.
I mean, I don't know how you're gonna get it. I don't have any money.
She won't be able to pay that.
I don't have any
She said
money.
she's definitely-
So what happens is they end up suspending your license until you get it.
I mean, I'll never, I can't afford the insurance any longer, so I won't be driving.
Please don't drive without insurance. I want you.
No, I won't be
and that-
driving at all.
Let
I'll
me-
end up selling my car.
Let me impart something to you, okay? I have, because of this whole YouTube thing, I get emails and I get just letters and I get phone calls and I get bombarded with. I got something really stomach turning the other day where a guy emailed me, goes, I was driving and I was in an accident and now they're coming after me for $50,000. I have a young kid, I've got a wife, and I got an apartment. Can you help me out with this? And I didn't reply, right? Because I can't give out legal advice, right? But, the email went on and on and on about how the accident has just been a life-turning event where they've had investigators come to their house. They've had just lawyers and insurance companies come after them, try to take. And it's because they were driving, they got into an accident, they maimed the other people, and they didn't have insurance. And when that happens, you have other people that are going to come after you. And if you don't have insurance, they got to get the money from somewhere. So they will get a judgment against you.
I understand.
So
I understand.
I hope you do. I will waive your fines and fees and surcharges, Ms. Johnson. Okay. But I want you to understand that, if you're ever going to get lit, just don't get into a car. No matter what you're doing, no matter where you're going, no matter what kind of catastrophic event happens in your life, because the law doesn't care what happened in your life. They don't care about your catastrophic event. They don't care that someone died, that your baby mama cheated on you. None of that matters. All they see, how many times, and from now on, it's 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. If you thought this was bad, wait till you get to felony court. And it can all be with just one click. I'll waive the fees. I will also give you credit for the ALR suspension. I mean, I don't know what else we can do to help you out, Ms. Johnson. Just don't get into a car.
I won't.
All right, so it's 30 days in jail, credit for the 1 day for now, unless you can find it elsewhere. What is the turn date?
It would be November 10th.
November 10th. Okay, I want you to understand, Ms. Johnson, that you're still under bond condition in this court. You're not allowed to, I'm suspending your license now for a year. You're not allowed to drive. You're not allowed to drink until you've actually turned yourself in and actually completed the sentence. You're still under bond condition in this court. You cannot drink. You cannot do anything that you're still on bond, and all those bond conditions continue until you serve your sentence. Do you have any questions? All right. So how do you finally plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
I plead guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will send you to the 30 days in jail, give you credit for the one. Like I said, I'll suspend your license for a year. I will give you the ALR credit. We will run the court cost concurrent. Good luck to you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Now waiving almost $7,000 worth of fines and fees that you would otherwise normally owe. So
Thank
I
you,
hope
sir.
you really take advantage and don't get into a car, man. All right, 6,000 and then whatever.
That's it. Can I get the docket so I can start writing on it?
Roberto, please. Hi, yes, let's do this. This is the last thing. After this, we're done.
I just saw it day before.
I know. And you just-
Okay, okay. Todo español, okay? Todo está en español. Todo en español.
You tested positive for marijuana.
Tuvo positivo usted por marihuana. Oh,
No more.
No más.
Yes. If I'm going to test you 40 days from today. If I find that you it's positive for marijuana, again, I'm going to put you in jail. And I want you to understand that if you're not in this country with permission, you will probably get an immigration detainer. So next time you go to jail, you could be very well in there for an entire year. Do not drive. You will be signing a promise with me today that you're not going to drive. Find that you drive. I can have a contempt hearing. If they prove to me that you drive, I can sentence you up to 180 days in jail. Si tú manejes hasta 180 días en la cárcel, I don't care what you tell me. If I find that you do, I'm going to run a record to see if you were actually driving or not. How old are you, Mr. Valdivia?
24.
Say it again.
24.
What do you do for a living?
I work in a restaurant.
How much money do you make a month?
Más o menos al mes que se le dinero.
Pues el mes que me sale
Más
1,300.
o menos.
Más o menos me pagan quincena como 1,300 la quincena.
1,300 every 2 weeks.
We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer.
Vamos a dar tiempo para hacer esto propio abogado.
When you come back, you need to have a lawyer. And I'm telling you that you will get drug tested in 40 days. Do not use or consume alcohol or marijuana. If I find that you do, it's not going to go well.
Entonces, pues, no va a salir.
For now, I'm going to have you swear to us that you're not going to drive. We will get you to Victoria to sign a reset. We will then get with pre-trial for your bond conditions. And then after that, we'll let you go. And then we'll see you in 40 days and we'll test you again. Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys, I gotta let you roll. I gotta go do some things. It was great having you. Thank you for joining us and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow. Sorry, tomorrow we'll spend more time with you. All right, guys, thanks, and it's been real.
Oh gosh, that's the wrong song. There we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was yet another 4-hour docket condensed into a couple of hours. Appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out with me. Yeah, it's been amazing tonight. You are all amazing. We do this every night, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Keep in mind, I do another live stream on Saturdays at 11 a.m. 12 p.m. Eastern. You guys come by and hang out with me. We'll be watching more Fleischer until the end of the week. And I'll have some videos coming out. Standalone. Love you guys. Been great seeing you here. I'm your lone wolf Usul. I'm the curator of these videos. I'll see you next time. still here, you're doing it wrong. Time to go. Night night. Roll Tide!